and that is stupid. Hello, how are you? I hope that you're very, very well. Yes, it's me, back with another Glee video. I know that not everybody likes the Glee videos, and I know that not everybody likes Glee, and that's totally fine. You don't have to watch the video. But whenever I don't do a Glee video, people are like,
when's your next Glee video?
So here's my next Glee video. So this actually came from, I did a video a couple of weeks ago about the Glee Project, and somebody said something that really annoyed me about Glee, and I was like, I've never done a video about stuff that just annoyed me about Glee. I mean, many things annoyed me about Glee, but these things just like really niggled away at me. This is quite a niche video because these aren't things like Mr. Schuster was really a creep and not a very good teacher, like everybody knows it, you know? So this is more a things that annoyed me, a die-hard Glee fan. For those of you who don't know me, by the way, my name is Amy. I make a lot of theatre content on YouTube, so talking about Broadway and Glee and musicals and Star Kids. If it's something to do with a musical, I'm gonna talk about it. So if you do like that kind of thing, then please do subscribe, and I'm also on Instagram and Twitter as well. I've got an Instagram giveaway going on today as well. If you want a chance to win something free, then pop on over there. And it is at @AmyLovatt_ on both Instagram and Twitter. I've done a lot of Glee videos before. I've got a Glee playlist that I will leave linked down below. I've done like stupidest moments or like the worst songs in my opinion on Glee, but these are things that actually, like, I just think they are so stupid and annoyed me so much. So it's maybe a bit of a rant. And for those of you who don't know, I love Glee with all my heart. I am a big Glee fan. I truly believe that only a really true Glee fan can make fun of Glee in the way that I do. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the thing that annoys me the most about Glee. It is the fact that they would start on something that's like quite a serious topic or a real plot point, and then they'd like forget about it 2 weeks later. Things like Ryder's experience when he was a child, and things like Marley's eating disorder, and those kinds of things. It was just very frustrating that you'd start on a topic and you're like, fantastic, and then you just forget about it 2 weeks later, and that, I think it's stupid. Okay, the next thing that annoyed me was the inclusion of original songs in Glee. Listen, they're kind of iconic in their own way. Things like My Headband. I love a headband. Things like Trouty Mouth, My Cup.
Saying what's up to my cup, my cup.
They're iconic moments, but I personally think Loser Like Me is the only good song that was an original one. I think the reason why so many people love Glee anyway is because they take popular music songs and turn them into something new. It's about hearing something and then putting a twist on it. And they'll take a song that I don't like and completely lift it and change it, like Paradise by the Dashboard Light, the song by Meatloaf, not a fan, the version by Glee, in like my top favourite 10 songs ever. And their original songs were just flat. They weren't lifting anything that was already there, they were just kind of mediocre songs in my opinion. Obviously I love the joke ones, but the serious ones, nah, not a fan.
Coming out of your paycheck, every penny of it!
Okay, so this is the actual reason for making this video, and it is Sam and Damien being cast as Rory and Joe in Glee from the Glee Project. Their prize for winning was to have a 7-episode arc written for them. And I think both of them were in for longer than 7 episodes, but I'm sorry, neither of them had an arc at all. I'm sorry, they just didn't. Like, I watched Glee last year from the beginning through again, and I just like don't remember them doing much. I remember the first episode that Rory was introduced where he sang "It's easy being green, it's not easy being green," and Brittany thought he was a leprechaun. And I remember Joe being introduced when Quinn went to like a church group. Other than that, don't remember much at all. I feel like they were like glorified extras after their like like first introduction. They definitely weren't my picks to win, but the fact that then once they were on the show, it was just like, it wasn't like they had real meaty parts like everybody else, I thought was pretty unfair. And I also think it's unfair that they gave Lindsay and Alex 2 episodes as well in the finale, and Lindsay got her 2 episodes and then Alex was a season regular. And I think it's great that Alex was, because I think he's incredibly talented and I thought he added a lot to the show, but I think it's unfair to only give Lindsay 2 episodes and then to give him so much more. I don't know, I feel like when they set it up with their characters, they knew that Unique was going to stay for more than 2 episodes, and Harmony, who was Lindsay's character, was very much only set up to 2 episodes. So I just think it maybe came off a bit unfair. So yeah, let me know what you think about that. Now, the next one, I did actually talk about it in my Glee Project video, but it was the styling of Unique. And I'm also going to add into that the styling of the bigger girls in the show. So Unique, who was played by Alex Newell, would dress in female presenting clothes. Let me just tell you, I've never seen a teenager in my life dress the way that they dressed Unique. I mean, the frumpiest skirts and dresses and cardigans, and who dresses like that as a teenager? Who? Please show me. I just don't understand. I feel like Unique is such a bold, colourful, loud character, and they dressed her like somebody's mum who doesn't really put any style into her clothing, and that really pissed me off. And I also think that the styling of the big girls in Glee always annoyed me. So like, for example, when they would do show choir competitions and the girls would all wear the same outfit, they would put all of the slim girls in dresses with their shoulders covered and their arms exposed, and then they'd put like Lauren's Ices in the same dress but with an added sleeve. I think it's great that the costume department maybe asked her, and potentially she said, you know, I'm not comfortable with having my arms out. I feel ya. I hate my arms with a deep, deep loathing passion. So I get it, but why don't they put all the girls in dresses with short sleeves? It's not like it's that different. It makes your eye go to her and be like, oh, why has she got a sleeve? Oh, is it because she's fat? No, I don't like that. But I just think, why couldn't the slimmer girls just wear a sleeve so that Ashley isn't the one sticking out? Do you know what I mean? And it always annoyed me. Back when the show was first on the air, it always annoyed me. And I just think either match them all or have everybody in different stuff. Having just one person wearing something different makes them stand out when everyone's supposed to be uniform, and I think that's stupid.
Oh God.
It's a lawsuit.
Okay, back to Mercedes. It annoyed me that Mercedes, I feel, never really had a really solid storyline. I feel like we know very little about her background, we know very little about her family, and that really annoyed me. I just don't understand why. I know that we had like a music thing, we had the whole Tater Tots moment, and when she joined the Cheerios, but really, when you get down to it, I feel like Mercedes was there to add some like incredible vocals. But when it came to the actual stories, I feel like she was severely underused in scenes. Amber Riley is an amazing actress. Other than like sparring with Rachel for the solos, there really wasn't that much there for her, and that irritated me, and I think it's stupid. Okay, another thing that always annoyed me as well. I have done a video on the Glee couples, but something that really bothered me was how they kind of had their end game couples. Finn and Rachel, and with Will and Emma. I personally think Rachel and Finn weren't that compatible, and if Corey hadn't passed and he'd continued on in the series, I think they would have ended up together, and I don't think that would have been the best option. I know that in the end she did end up with Jesse, and I actually think that is a really good fit, but I think that if Corey had still been in the show, that they would have written it that Finn and Rachel got married, and I just don't think they were right for each other. And I think it's the same with Will and Emma. The fact that Will and Emma were always seen as like the goals couple is so weird to me, because they're so wrong for each other. Like, Will was so controlling and so self-involved, and he made Emma's Emma's problems worsen. Whereas when Emma was with Carl, for example, they were so much better for each other. And I hated that, like, I feel like the show made you want Emma and Will to stay together and to end up together, even though they weren't really right for each other. That annoyed me, and I think it's stupid. Okay, so another thing that really frustrated me about Glee was the treatment of disabled characters and their storylines kind of as a whole. I actually read a really interesting article on Bitchflix by Erin Tatum, and I'll share it down below. They were talking about Artie's sexuality and sexuality around disabled characters as a whole, and I highly suggest reading about it. It's very in-depth, and I really, really would recommend reading about it if you are interested. But generally, you know, Artie always being a misogynist, Quinn having a disability for like a hot minute, and while she's kind of getting to grips with her disability, she's perpetuating this idea that nobody will ever love her because now she's in a chair, and like the reverse stereotypes with Ali Stroker, just kind of more poking fun at stereotypes of disabled people anyway. It's a really big issue that I don't think people talk about enough in Glee, and obviously the fact that Quinn and Artie were played by able-bodied actors and then were playing these kind of offensive situations around their disabilities just comes across so badly. And the fact they sang "I'm Still Standing," oh. Okay, another thing that annoyed me was the fact that when they went to New York, Rachel Berry was like,
"Guys, I bought us tickets for Cats."
And then they're like,
"Rachel, Cats has been closed on Broadway for however many years."
I'm sorry. Rachel Berry is the OG theatre kid. She's gonna know that Cats is closed on Broadway. She's gonna know. It's like a very small, stupid thing, but I also think it just completely like throws away the character of Rachel. I think if anybody else had got those tickets, it would have been fine. Even Kurt, who is like the hardcore theatre kid as well. But the fact that Rachel got the tickets, stupid. It's stupid. Another thing about Rachel that really annoyed me and was just stupid was the fact that Rachel Berry got to Broadway and then gave it all up to be on a TV show. I'm sorry, that's so stupid. Rachel Berry, her main goal in life was to get to Broadway. She got to Broadway and then she gave it all up to be on a TV show, and it's just perpetuating the idea that Broadway is great for theatre people but it's still not as good as TV and film, and really you want to then just go and be on a TV show, and it's just not as good as being a screen actor, and that is stupid. And my last two are just really, really stupid, but it's about continuity. Now, I love a little bit of continuity, and I suppose this is like bringing it all back to the first point that I said, and about them kind of starting something and then forgetting about it. So in the first season, Rachel talks about being a vegan and not eating meat and everything, and then a few episodes later, she goes on a date with Finn and she eats
a pepperoni pizza.
I'm sorry, but a vegan wouldn't eat a pepperoni pizza. I rest my case, it's stupid. And another point that's just stupid is in one episode, Sam, Trouty Mouth, talks about being left-handed, and then every single time he ever writes, he writes with his right hand. Excuse me. That's wrong. I know these are like little stupid things, but they annoyed me.
What the crap are we gonna do now?
Anyway, that is some things that I find incredibly stupid and frustrating and annoying about Glee. I still love Glee, but those things annoyed me. Let me know what things annoyed you in Glee, please. Let me know if you want another video like this as well. Anyway, I will see you soon. I hope you're all very well, looking after yourselves, and just being generally nice people, and I will see you soon. I love you lots. Bye.